15th, 2025, and so it's time for All Signs Tarot Wednesday, and I'm going to do it live like I did last week. It definitely works so much better this way in terms of getting the video uploaded onto YouTube because it's just such a long video. I will not be answering any personal questions today. This is strictly an all signs reading. But feel free to pop your comments in. Please consider liking and subscribing. Please consider sharing this with your friends. Okay, let's jump in here and get my cards out. It's interesting, coming out like that. Start getting my cards ready here. And I hope everyone is doing well today. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. I mean, it's cold, it's winter, but it is gorgeous. Can you guys see that sunlight streaming in? It's really, really beautiful. All right, who is first up? Taurus. We've got Taurus coming in first. Let's see, could we have a reading for Taurus, please? Some real calming energy coming through from Taurus. Grounded, super grounded. Almost like ready for a nap. That's how this energy is coming in for Taurus. Let's do a little bit more here. And one more shuffle. All right, what does Taurus need to know for this week? Letting go of a heartache. That's good news. Is that where this calm sensation is coming from? Are you getting over a period of your life where you've been experiencing some pain? Good morning, BTR Fly. Nice to see you. We are doing a Taurus reading first today. Then we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Cups upright. So Taurus, are you moving away from some kind of group or, bad family situation and maybe talking to some new people, experiencing some new things? This could even mean something like a family counseling, or you're working with a therapist and they're really helping to guide you through some of your past family issues. Is that what's happening? Yeah, man, you're really in a place right now with the Chariot where you are experiencing a feeling of control, a feeling of calmness and peace because you feel like you're in control of a situation that you were not in control of before. And then you've got the King of Pentacles coming in here. You are moving away from disappointments and working toward some new chapter in your life, Taurus. You're not going to have to work as hard. It's amazing. So right now you are being met with a crossroad. Let's see. Yeah, let go. Look at these. You've got these two sword cards coming in reverse here. You've got the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. It's a really big indication that you are at a pivotal crossroad moment right now where you're being given an opportunity to let go of some of the painful, difficult chapters and patterns in your life. Really beautiful. You've got the Chariot and then the King of Pentacles. I think you're being asked to really embrace this newfound control over the situation and apply your assets to it. Like use what you have to move forward. You're sitting on some good assets here, and you can use those rather than your strength. Use those assets rather than your strength. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You don't hesitate, okay? You're really at a crossroads right now. So you have a choice to make. You can stick with the old patterns because you're familiar with those, or you can move into something a little bit different. But now is definitely the time. You're being given a chance to let go of some past disappointments and walk away from it. Things in your life right now, these patterns that you keep getting stuck in, are not bringing you satisfaction. Take this opportunity. You're ready for a new start. This is a yes card. This is an ace of pentacles. You are being given an opportunity to make a change, to try something new. So you're being encouraged to do that. Take that on, Taurus. All right, that's your reading for today. Is there one more for the road? Don't kid yourself. Do not kid yourself. Yes, you've been doing fine. You've been figuring out ways to manage and navigate your whole life. You've been very successful at navigating this pattern. But you're lying to yourself if you think that that's the best that you can get. Okay, you can do better. So consider making this change. You're being given an opportunity and being encouraged to do so, to take it. All right, that was the Taurus reading. I think let me take a quick look at the comments. We've got a lot of comments coming in. Butterfly is a Sagittarius. So rather than pull a random stone here, I'm going to go ahead and pull a Sagittarius next. And then we've got Alex Gonzalez. I'm about to burn off. Hi, Alex. Christine Chavez. Bye. Joshua Elliott, a hot fortune teller. Okay, Kashki, am I getting into Harvard in 2025? I'm not sure. And Kashki, I am not Sonakshi. It's hard for me to put that K in front of the SH. I apologize for butchering your name. I will not be taking questions today. This is strictly an all zodiac signs reading. But if you keep checking in, I am going to be doing a live reading. I plan actually to do a live reading on Monday evening, this coming Monday. So if you want to ask questions during that live reading, please check in. And if you're looking for an individual one-on-one reading, send me a message and we can set something up. But I'm going to go ahead and do the Sagittarius next, because Butterfly is a Sagittarius and there's no point in making them wait. So let me pull Sagittarius stone out here. All right, Sagittarius, here we go. Butterfly, if you're still in here, this is your Sagittarius reading. What do we need to know for Sagittarius? Could we have a reading for Sagittarius, please? Real quiet. Got really, really quiet just now. What do we need to know for Sagittarius? Okay, here we go. Sagittarius. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Swords upright. Okay, Sagittarius, it looks like you've been putting a lot of effort into something. This could be a work goal. It could be a relationship. It could be your home life. It could be an investment. You have invested a great deal of time, energy, and resources to something, and you're realizing that maybe you've been putting it into the wrong place all this time, and you are confronted with the heartbreak of that. If this is a relationship, you might be at that pivotal moment where you're like, yeah, I just don't think that this is the right relationship for me. And it could be a relationship that you've been in for a long time, or at least one where you have really put a lot of effort into it, if it's been a short time. King of Wands upright, 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay, Sagittarius, it's really, really important for you to stand your ground right now and be super confident in your choices. You can use your confidence and your stature and your charisma and some joy and passion as well to let go of this false trap that you have found yourself in. It's like you've put it's like you're putting good money after bad. You know, you're investing more into something only because you've already invested so much into it. I think it's time for you to let it go. I really do. Let's see, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting, because it's saying like, no, it's not time to walk away from it. You've got the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's not time to walk away yet. What it is time for is to do some restructuring, some rebalancing, okay? You have found yourself in a tricky spot, and you think, it's like you think that if you continue doing things the way you've been doing them, eventually it's going to work out. But it's not. It's not going to work out that way. There has to be a rebalancing, a restructuring. So if it's in a relationship with someone, it's time for a good conversation. It's time for you to say, hey, we've been doing these things this way for this much time, and the truth is, I'm not happy about the way that things are going. I need you to XYZ. Or can we work something else out, because this is not working for me. If it's a job that it's like a career, or school, if it's something that you're putting a lot of energy and investment into, right? So it could be any of these things. And you're just kind of at this point right now where you're like, this is not going the way I thought it was going to go. But you're not being asked to walk away from it. You're not being asked to stop doing it. You are being asked to change the way you're doing it, okay? Yeah. Judgment card coming in here. It's time for you to do a couple of things in terms of making this situation work. In order to restructure it properly, you've got to really take a careful look at what exactly is going on and be able to assess everything. Judge it without your own preconceived notions, okay? Like really take a look at it from another perspective and see how you can shift things around. And as you're doing this, listen for the calling. The Judgment card, if you take a look at it, it's not only face value in terms of the word judgment, it's also a lot about listening to that trumpet call, okay? It's like when you step back and you start reassessing everything, something is going to trigger. You're going to have a light bulb moment. You're going to hear the calling. That's going to be your sign that that's the direction to take with this, okay? It's sun, yeah, right now, the Sun in reverse, Page of Swords, upright, Ace of Wands in reverse, and then the Eight of Wands. Let's see, let's get more on that. I think you really need to, okay, it sounds like what's been happening is you started with a great deal of passion and vigor on whatever this is. You were very hopeful. Your intention was really pure. You really wanted things to go well, and you put a lot of effort into it, but you didn't have all the facts first. It's like you kind of went in with a degree of naivety, and you didn't have the skill or the practice or the know-how in order to really like drive it home. It's time for you to learn more about this. You need more information. If you can get the information that you need with the Page of Swords, like really looking outside the box and trying to figure out exactly how this is going to work, your Emperor, who is right now in reverse, will end up coming upright, because the Emperor is that like executive function. It's the ability to understand what's needed in order to fix something. And right now you don't really know how to fix this because you don't have the experience or the knowledge in order to find it. You've got to find it. You've got to learn a little bit more about it. Seven of Swords upright, Six of Swords upright, Knight of Swords upright. There's an additional caveat to this. One of the reasons things are not going as smoothly as you had hoped is because there's someone involved in this who's trying to like undercut you. They're trying to sabotage things. They're ripping you off in some way. You know, like if this is a work thing, like you're trying to advance your career, there's somebody else who's maybe like talking about you behind your back or doing things deliberately to keep you where you are. And you don't know that this is happening because you just don't really know the ropes well enough. It's like that sort of thing. Or if you are in a relationship, there's someone who's maybe like gossiping or feeding you with lies, and they're steering you in the wrong direction, and it's happening because you don't know the truth. You've got to find the truth of the matter, and then you've got to trust the truth. You've got to have faith that the truth is what it is, and then move forward with that. So find the truth and then move ahead. Okay, Sagittarius, that was for you. Is there one more for you? Okay, listen, if this was a relationship that we're addressing here, your Lover's card is upright. So there is potential for your relationship to go really well. You've just got to find the truth, okay? So Sagittarius, that's for you. Thank you for that Sagittarius reading. Let me take a quick look at the comments and see if, all right, perfect. Okay, Chandru, great. Thank you for subscribing. All right, is there someone who's in the room right now that would like me to pull a sign? If you're in the room right now and you're waiting for your sign to be pulled, rather than pulling a random stone out here, I'd be happy to get yours done. So pop something in the comments real quick and let me know if there's a zodiac sign that you'd like me to read for next. All right, I'm not seeing any comments coming in. I'm going to go ahead and just pull a stone and let's see what happens. Oh, Scorpio. All right, thank you for that. Let me pull a Scorpio here. Where's my Scorpio? There you are. All right, here's Scorpio. Boop. Could we have a reading for Scorpio, please? Scorpio, you've got some fire under your britches right now. You are like ready to, you're taking aim at something. I can feel that. Everything in me just got like really solid, very dense, very solid, very direct. Almost like in the way that like a predator would lock onto their prey, like they're getting ready to act. And this is not a negative connotation. The predator and prey thing, that's just part of life, right? Like that's part of the grand cycle of life. And I'm feeling that energy coming into Scorpio right now. We have a reading for Scorpio, please. Here we go. This is it. All right, Hierophant. Hierophant is coming in strong. The Hierophant is that card that reminds us of our traditions and our values, the institutions that we lean into for tried and true methods and values and ways that life works. So let's see what's coming out here. Knight of Wands coming out next. Seven of Swords. We're getting a lot of swords today so far for all three of you guys. And the Seven of Swords has come out for all three that I've read for so far. All right, let's see. Then we've got the Nine of Swords and then the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. What I'm hearing for Scorpio right now is that you've been involved in a situation where things got very, very heated and someone isn't being fully honest with you. It could be that they caught you in a lie, or it could be that you're about to catch them in a lie, but it has caused a great deal of anxiety and stress and worry. I'm feeling like there's been some kind of betrayal in an organization or a structured group, you know, like, or a friendship, like a long time friendship. One of those friendships that you've kind of built some of your own character and ideals and personality on. Like there's a big shakeup, and it's fiery. It's coming out hot. You know, with this Knight of Wands, it's like somebody is really pissed off. And there's a lot of upsetness about this. I think that with this Eight of Swords coming in, though, in reverse, you need to break free from whatever this is. And you can do that in a couple of ways. One way to break free from it could be just to step out of it, just move on. Another way to break free of it would be to remove the constrictions of the current institution that this is all in. So if you have a friendship based on something and this betrayal has shaken it up, it's time to maybe change what this friendship is based on. Maybe it's time to evolve. So let's see. Yeah, wow. And if it's a romantic relationship, here's the Lover's card coming in here. It could mean the same thing. Yeah, you're not really thinking clearly, and it's causing you or someone else to rely on manipulative tactics, and that is definitely throwing things out of whack. Okay, you've got the King of Swords in reverse, not thinking, not communicating clearly. Sometimes this can represent a lie. Then you've got the King of Cups in reverse, and that absolutely represents confusion, inability to figure out what you're feeling exactly, and manipulation. There's a lot of manipulation and betrayal and lies in your reading today. And I don't know if it's you or someone else, but it's like come to a head. It's like right now is the time where things are going to happen very, very quickly. And you're either going to completely walk away from something, or you're going to absolutely change the structure of whatever this is. Your Temperance is in reverse, which is just sort of reiterating this Knight of Wands here. It's like everybody's coming in hot, you know, there's a lot of high tension, high pressure, big emotions with this. And then there's the Knight of Swords. You got all these kings and knights. It's like it's amazing, because what I'm seeing with all these kings and knights, you're lacking communication with the queen. It's like you're jumping from your feelings about something directly into action. You're not stopping to communicate your thoughts and feelings to yourself and then out to the other person. You're lacking the queen energy here of communication. There's definitely a breakdown in communication. It's definitely like, here's the Four of Swords in reverse. Yes, you've jumped. You've jumped from doing like things undercover, someone in this organization or group. It's like you've jumped from that immediately over into acting on it without thinking things through, without talking things out. There's just too quick to act. It's time for some introspection. Here's the Hermit. So take a break. Walk away from this thing for a minute and do some introspective work, and then see how that has an effect on you in terms of what your next action is going to be. You got to stop acting right now. You got to stop doing right now, because you got to have that time to think and then communicate with clarity and honesty. All right? Yeah, this is just very, very painful. This is a real heartache. It's not time to act. There's no new opportunity presenting itself yet, because you haven't taken the time yet for this introspection and communication. Yeah, and people are just upset. There has been a defeat. Everybody feels like they've lost. Everybody feels like they have been diminished in some way. Nobody wins right now. Four of Pentacles coming out here. Let's see what that is referring to. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you got the Four of Pentacles and then the Three of Cups. Hold tightly to the people in your life that are important, okay? You're having a hard time, maybe you've been having a hard time valuing them appropriately. It's like you're either holding on to them too tightly and not willing to let them go. And there needs to be a willingness to appreciate and celebrate the life of something, right? If you have known someone forever and they're in your life because you've always known each other, and now all of a sudden things are like just exploding, maybe it's because you have to honor the natural beginning and ending of a cycle and then move away from it. Also, it could be that you are too restrictive. You're not sharing. You're not being open. You know, that comes through in this Four of Pentacles here. And when it's coming in with the Three of Cups, it's like you haven't really been open and sharing in this group. And it's time for you to be able to evolve and do that. So is there anything else? Yeah, the Knight of Cups coming in reverse. We've got another reverse Knight. Five of Cups in reverse. And then here. Okay, finally we have a Knight that is upright, that can kind of give you some guidance. And he's coming right on top of the Hermit. Take that introspection and then move forward with very calculated and measured steps. If you want something to work out, if you want this friendship or this relationship, whatever it is, to have a future, you've got to be able to take the introspective time and start communicating slowly and evenly, rather than jumping to big emotions, jumping to big, loud, lashing out or something, or going to extremes. You don't need any extremes right now. There are a lot of extremes in this, and you want to start just easing away from the extremities of this relationship. So see if you can restructure this a little bit. See if you can refocus, or consider that maybe its natural time has come to an end and it's time to walk away. But right now you're just like, everything is exploding, the bridges are burning, and there's no communication. There needs to be a little bit more honesty here from all parties. All right, so that was Scorpio. Thank you for that Scorpio reading. I hope that that was helpful for you. Let me shuffle these back in here, and let me check on the comments real quick. Let's see. All right. Okay, Scorpio, Egon, Holtink. All right, Frankie Joseph, Leo and Aries. Okay, I can do Leo and Aries next. Taurus was the first one that I read. So if you're a Taurus, go ahead and after this poster, I guess you can do it now, just rewind to the beginning, because Taurus was the first. So next I will do Leo. All right. Find out what's going on for Leo, and then we've got Aries next. I'll make sure that that's on the top. All right, here we go with Leo. Got a lot of weight on your shoulders, Leo. You're feeling stressed about something. See if you can get in your physical body while I'm doing this, because when I'm reading for all of the different zodiac signs, it's so clear how the energy comes in and changes my physical experience. When Leo's coming in right now, everything that I was experiencing from Scorpio just kind of washed away. And now I have this just massive tension in my shoulders. So see if that's resonating with you. See if that's something that you are also experiencing. And focus on those sensations as you're getting your cards read. That often helps for people to put things together, like put the puzzle pieces together, you know? All right, Leo, Leo, Leo. Could we have a reading for Leo, please? Oh, first up is the Eight of Cups. And this often indicates preparation for someone to walk away from things that just are no longer serving them, picking up what you want and leaving behind what you no longer need, making changes. This card can represent being independent and moving forward, and it's usually based on your gut feeling, your intuition. It's like you're feeling like, okay, things need to change. I might need to move forward, move on. Yeah, and then you've got the Tower coming in. So there is big upheaval right now. Big upheaval. And it looks like it's going to be kind of like a solo journey for a minute. Like with this Six of Wands coming in reverse, either, Leo, you're going to have a hard time getting people on board right now, which is why this is going to be sort of an independent journey, or you're walking away from a group of people because you're no longer feeling like that's the right group for you to be in. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're leaving them behind or leaving them for good. It just means that you're moving on and into something else. This is going to be a really good thing for you. The Ace of Cups coming in is like, this is a yes, for one. And this is going to be incredibly fulfilling. It's going to bring you the peace that you've been looking for. You know, it's like if you felt like something's missing or something's not quite right, or you've been longing for something that you just can't get in your current situation, moving into this direction is going to end up bringing that to you. Keep on listening to your intuition. The moon is coming in here, and the moon often represents listening to your intuition, represents the meandering growth of someone, the journey. It's like the, taking the scenic route that results in growth and experience. It's accepting the ups and downs in life. And it also can represent chapters. Growth from one age to another, like milestones, it can represent that as well. Okay, Five of Pentacles in reverse, Chariot in reverse, Ten of Cups upright. Okay, so here's the beauty of this. It's like you're going to end up finding that right now, this experience is going to require you to accept some of the, it might cost a little bit of money. You might feel like you gotta pull in your purse strings a little bit temporarily. This card is, when it's upright, it represents loneliness, scarcity, lack, isolation, really like rock bottom, right? But when it's in reverse, it represents either that's going to be a very temporary experience, or you're coming out of that experience and into something else. With the Chariot in reverse, you wanna understand that momentarily you're gonna feel like you don't have everything under control, okay? But it's going to be temporary. You're going to be moving into something where you have the contrast and you're able to see what's needed next. This is part of that moon growth process. It's like you need the contrast. So allow yourself to give up a little bit of the control and have some faith, like I think that's one of the things that's been holding you back is a little bit of fear of not being in control of your situation. Also, this could mean that the reason you want to move forward is because you're feeling right now like you don't have things under control and you want more control. So there's a control aspect here, but the reason it's important to focus on is just the contrast of the situation, all right? Really allow this to be a learning process. Ultimately, this is a great thing for you. This 10 of Cups here, I mean, you're starting with the 8 of Cups, representing you moving ahead, moving on, doing the next steps. It's not going to be, easy as pie. You're going to have a couple of things to move through, but it's all part of the process, part of the growth, and you're going to be really happy that you did it. It's going to bring to you so much fulfillment and happiness. So definitely Leo, yeah, and again, 2 of Pentacles in reverse. You're gonna make some mistakes. It's okay. Allow yourself to make those mistakes along the way. If you have been afraid to do this because you don't want to fail, understand that this is not going to be a failure. And every little mistake that you make along the way is actually going to result in a success down the road, okay? So keep your eyes on the prize, and here's the Fool. I love that this is coming in. It's time for new beginnings. It's time for you to go ahead and have some faith and embrace life and go see what's out there for you. It's time. It's time. Do it. Go have fun and be curious and joyful. This is unlimited potential here. That's you right now, Leo. So take some of that Leo charisma, that Leo confidence. Don't be afraid to make the mistakes. Just go and see what's out there for you. Okay, the world is your oyster. All right. Thank you for that Leo reading. I hope that reached all the Leos that it needs to reach. Next, we're going to do Aries. Okay. We will do Aries now. Let me shuffle these Leo cards back in. Whew. Nice big deep breath in between. What does that mean? Let's shuffle these up a little bit more. Okay, Aries. Aries reading. Time for an Aries reading. Could we have a reading for Aries, please? What is coming in? This is a weird energy coming in here. I don't know what to make of it, to be honest with you. What is that coming through? There's some excitement. There's definitely some excitement coming through for Aries. Almost a nervous excitement. A little bit giddy. What am I feeling? Knight of Pentacles coming in strong. Then the 4 of Cups in reverse. What does this mean? Page of Wands, upright. Hanged Man. Okay, Aries, it is time for something new for you. And it's time to start taking small, deliberate steps. You want to be planting the seeds right now for some changes. It looks like you're emerging from a situation where you've been kind of in the doldrums, like you have been focusing on the wrong things for a while, and you're starting to come out of that. And if it hasn't already, there's going to be something that comes into your life that sparks some interest. It's going to be intriguing for you, and it's going to be something new. It's not going to be something from your past. It's going to be something brand new, and it's going to end up creating a brand new perspective for you. And you want to surrender into that perspective. You're going to want to completely embrace this new idea or this new opportunity, whatever this inspiration is. Don't go into it feeling like you need to know everything about it. Do the opposite. Go into this with blank slate energy. Like, go into it knowing nothing. Don't have any expectations. No expectations at all. Just go in with that inquisitiveness and curiosity and be like, what is this about? And allow it to tell you what it's about. Don't try to apply any of your conceptions onto it. Don't try to compare this to anything that you've ever known before. This is something that is giving you an opportunity to see things anew, okay? And you want to start planting the seeds for this now. So listen to your intuition. Let's see what the seeds are that you want to start planting. Oh, 4 of Wands. So you want to start planting seeds for your future, for future stability, for future success, for future celebration, okay? Start planting the seeds and working toward that right now. This is the baby step mentality. Oftentimes, Aries are unwilling to commit, right? Sometimes Aries have trouble committing to anything long term. And right now, you're being given an opportunity to start putting little bits of effort and resources into something very gradually. And so you're not committing to anything big long term. You're not like taking all of your savings and dropping it into a new business. You're not committing all of your time and energy into going to school full time. You're not committing to marriage. You are committing right now only to the next step, which is such a beautiful message for you today. You're being told by Spirit that if you can do this right now, you're setting yourself up for big gains. And I'm getting the feeling that like you're going to be surprised when it happens, because it's going to come out of, you're going to feel like when you get your reward for this here, you're going to feel like it was out of the blue. Like you can't believe how lucky you are. But you're going to look back and say, well, actually, the reason this happened is because of the steps that I started taking that long ago. You know, maybe it's months, maybe it's years. I don't know how long it's going to take. Do we have an idea how long this is going to take? Let's see. No, I'm not feeling like this is giving us an exact timeline, but what it is giving us is some of the milestones that you will be experiencing. So you're going to have gone through different positions within a company. So maybe this is career based, like this could be starting in at the ground level, working with teams and learning as you go, like on the job training. It could be entering into a new cohort of people, a new endeavor with people, and then that ends and you move into this period of time where things have a little bit of shaking up again and you're able to extend some resources, and then the back and forth of coming back into yourself. It's like you're gonna, part of the process is that. So it could take weeks, it could take years, I don't know, but the point is these are some of the things that are going to happen along the way, and it starts right now for you to have major gains without the feeling of big commitments. Like you're being asked to just try things right now. Yeah, you're not jumping into anything with full energy. This is not like you're going to step into something brand new and then all of a sudden everything's going to work out. You know, it's telling you not to be apprehensive, but also don't be hasty. Let me fix this. Okay. So you want to, you're being reinforced in this idea of the Knight of Pentacles, calculated, measured steps, planting little seeds now for future growth, taking it day by day, that energy. And this is the reinforcement of that. You're not jumping into anything, and you're also not hesitating. All right? Just move deliberately forward. Just make advances moving ahead. Keep taking it little by little. You might be feeling a little bit like you don't want to do it that way because it still feels like a commitment. You've got to kind of get over that. Also, it's important for you to get over the disappointment of things not turning out the way you had planned. Maybe you had your sights set on something and it's just not working out. You're being asked right now to understand, like, allow that disappointment. Allow the understanding and acknowledge that that did not work. And it's not going to work because you haven't been willing to make it work. You've got to really look at that. You've got to look at that. And instead of having this feeling of being overwhelmed by disappointment in whatever this is, just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it. You don't have to walk away from that forever. It's just not going to be what you thought it was going to be. And it's time for you to start taking action towards something else, is what it is. Let go of the heartache of that. Like, if you're in a position right now where you had your heart set on things turning out a certain way, and no matter what, it just has not worked out that way, just accept the heartache of that not working out. Stop trying and trying and trying, because you're not trying exactly hard enough. You're not really putting the effort into it, because that is a sticking point for you in that endeavor. It's like you're not willing to commit 100%. Maybe it's fear of failure. I don't know. But take a look at that and then change course. It's time for you to change course. And this Queen of Pentacles coming in here is saying it's really time for you to start working on something else. There's something else for you. Whatever this thing was that you're kind of disappointed didn't work out, the reason it didn't work out is because that's not meant for you. There's something bigger. You get bigger plans are intended for you, and it's time to start planting the seeds for those plans now, and then see what beautiful thing that becomes, because you're going to be really happy about it. This Queen of Pentacles here is all about fertility and growth, nurturing, feelings of fulfillment, feelings of abundance. It's start here, and then you'll end up here. Work through some of that introspective stuff along the way, but don't let it get in the way. Queen of Cups coming in here. Make sure you're navigating your emotions as you go along. Don't suppress anything. Like this disappointment here, don't lie to yourself. Don't suppress anything. If you're feeling disappointed, feel disappointed. Don't apply any meaning to it, though. Don't say, well, the reason I'm disappointed is because I'm a failure. Like, that's not going to do you any good. That is going to set you up to try and avoid the feeling again in the future, but it's also going to make you avoid the feeling you were initially looking for. Okay? So keep that in mind. Does that make sense? Like, hold the space for the emotions, and that they will dissipate. They will go off. Don't make them mean something. All right? Aries, is there one more for you? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, stop looking back at the past. Stop. You gotta let that thing go and start baby steps into something else. Okay? Time to let that thing go. All right, that was Aries. Let me take a look here. Who would like to be next? Oh, thank you, Chandru. Yes, if you could hit the like button, that would be awesome, guys. Yes, and now everything, what's going on? Beach this summer. Hello, folks, hit the like button. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Aquarius, you're coming in next. We're going to do a reading for Aquarius. This was Beautiful Ascension. All right, Aquarius, let's read for you. There you are, Aquarius. Could we have a reading for Aquarius, please? Aquarius, are you the silent observer right now? All right, reading for Aquarius. Crossroads. Crossroads. On this side, we've got staying. On this side, we've got change. Okay, Aquarius, you are the silent observer right now, and that's exactly where you should be. This card is so important because not only does it represent a crossroads and trying to decide between two sort of equally important options, but there are some factors in this card that need to be observed. One is the blindfold. This person here is wearing a blindfold. That represents the fact that you don't have all of the information yet that you need in order to make your decision. Okay? The other thing about this card is that above and below, like this person is sitting on very solid ground right now, but behind them are their subconscious, represented by the water, and their intuition, represented by the moon. And other than that, you got this very open sky, right? There's no stars in this sky, there's no sun, no clouds, it's blank, right? You want to clear your mind right now, just clear your mind and be the silent observer. You've got to remove that blindfold. So allow your subconscious to percolate. It's important for you to be paying attention to dreams. Do some dream journaling right now if you're one to do that. And listen very carefully to your intuition. If you're looking for signs, pay attention. Pay attention to signs that are coming through. Animal spirits, angel numbers, songs that come on the radio when you're thinking about a certain thing. Whatever your signs are that you like to look out for, pay attention to those, because you really are at a should I stay or should I go dichotomy. That's where you are right now. So let's see if we can get a little bit more information about each decision, each potential decision. All right, if you stay, what can we expect? Can we get some more information about staying? Okay, we've got Four of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Swords upright, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Pentacles in a lot of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Ten of Wands in reverse, Page of Swords. Okay, so if you stay, let me just listen to this for a minute. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. Like if you stay, You're going to have to give up money. You're going to have to loosen up on your attachments to something. Like, maybe, I don't know, if this is career focused, if you stay where you are, you have to understand you're not going to make the money that you hope to be making. Okay? Like it's going to be an easier job. It's going to be sort of cushier, but you're not going to make the money that you're hoping for. If this pertains to a relationship, you have to understand that this person either is going to require you not to work, like you're going to either have to be spending money in order to stay in this relationship, or you're going to have to give up opportunities to earn money. Like there's some kind of caveat. So if you stay, understand that the money is not going to be as much as you had hoped, but also you're not going to have to work as hard, if that's something that you're looking for. It's, like those are the pros about it and cons about it. That's staying. Page of Swords coming in here, though. It's like if you stay in whatever the situation is, you will be given the opportunity to learn something else. Like it's going to give you a new idea. There's a chance that the new idea is you should stay because money is not as important as you thought it was. Like it could be that, like you have a whole new idea of what your values are. Let's see. Is there more on that? Five of Swords coming in here. I mean, it's a disappointment. And yeah, it feels very much like you're going to have trouble initially getting adjusted to having less money if you stay in this situation. Is that going to be a good thing? Definitely, if you stay, you're not going to have, something about staying is going to keep you from making money. I'm feeling like you're going to have a really hard time getting over the disappointments of that. I mean, I feel like maybe you kind of want to take a break. Like you don't want to have to work as hard. But I don't know that you're really going to be ultimately happy with that decision. You've got a couple of tens in here, both representing the end of a cycle. And one of them is letting go of stress and worry and burden and work. But the other is like facing disappointments. So you have to, that's really a personal decision. Like you gotta decide if you're gonna stay, that you're going to embrace having less money and see what that means to you. Can you place higher value on other things? Can you have experiences that you want without the money to make it happen? Like, see what that means to you. And okay, if you make the big change, if you put an end to it and you go, then what can you expect? King of Cups in reverse, Nine of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles upright, Temperance in reverse, the Fool in reverse, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so if you go, you have to understand that the challenges with going and sort of ending this chapter are going to result in some difficult emotions, potential for you to, like, you're going to be kind of lying to yourself. You have to remember right now that if you make a choice to go, you can go without having to justify it. Okay? Like, I think that that's part of what's keeping you from going, is you feel like it's not warranted. Like you feel like it's not justified, and you are in the process of trying to make your decision. You're over dramatizing some things. You are you're looking at things through the worst possible lens so that you can use those as examples to justify the change that you kind of want to make. You don't need to do that. That's clouding your judgment. Rather than putting your energy into making things really bad so that you're forced to leave, like, it's important to honor what you've been doing and plant the seeds for your next steps. There's a lot of potential for you in terms of putting this to an end, whatever it is, and leaving. You'll be able to facilitate something. You'll be fostering the growth of something. It's not going to be easy. You have to remember to keep steady. Your Temperance card is in reverse. So that can sometimes indicate that, like, you feel like you can't be yourself when you do this. There's this really big feeling of like you're making changes here and you're having a hard time justifying the changes. And so in order to justify the change, you're creating mountains out of molehills. You're sort of hiding your true self. You're being a bit inauthentic, and it's causing some waves that don't need to be there. It's also going to prevent you from acting at the right time. This is throwing the timing all off. Like, it's almost like if you're going to do it, do it. You know, you don't want to be hasty, but you also don't want to stop the process by making it messy here. You need to just be planting the seeds. You've got to be taking deliberate steps forward in order for this to work, rather than trying to create this big upheaval, big problem that forces you to go. That's putting you in the wrong path, and that's one of the reasons why you can't really make up your mind here. It seems very much like greater fulfillment is going to be available to you if you go ahead and leave, whatever the situation is. I'm seeing fulfillment in you in this direction, and a little bit more disappointment in this direction of staying. Yeah, and then you've got the Four of Wands upright. I'm thinking that if you go, you're being asked to really consider leaving, whatever the situation is. Staying put, it's almost like there's a glass ceiling. You're never going to be able to be fully realized. You know what I mean? Like, that's the sense that I'm getting by staying, as opposed to leaving, which is like, yeah, it's going to feel like that's not your natural go-to method. Like, you feel like because of who you are, you're supposed to stay, and you have to create things in order to allow yourself to go. But that's not necessary. You just need to start moving in this direction. Okay? Like, let go of what you think you have to do, and instead start doing, like, taking measured steps. Start taking action to go in this direction, because this is where fulfillment and satisfaction are going to be. You've got to exit whatever you are in right now in order to get there. All right, is there one more for Aquarius? Knight of Wands in reverse. No matter which direction you take right now, try not to let yourself get too emotional about it. This is not a passion project. This is a spiritual journey for you. This is going to be something that leads you into the next chapter of your life. And you're going to want to do that with a bit of a level head. Okay? You're going to need to have some clarity, little bit more clarity, little bit less fire and intensity. Okay? So that's Aquarius. Thank you for that Aquarius reading today. Let me take a sip of this real quick. All right, let me put those back in there. Hope that was helpful for Aquarius. Let's see who is up next. We've got, does anybody have any comments in here for who's coming after Aquarius? Hollywood, Volunteer, Black Ink Crew. LaQuanza Freeman. Hi, LaQuanza Freeman. Thank you. Person envy. LaQuanza Freeman, what's your zodiac? Do you want me to read your zodiac next? You got a lot of comments in here, and I appreciate those comments. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Melody Fries, Gemini. Gemini is the requested zodiac sign that I see after Aquarius. So I'm going to go with Gemini next. I'm trying to just do these in order of request. So let me do Gemini next. Here we go. Gemini right on top, ready to go. Could we have a reading for Gemini, please? What does Gemini need to know right now? For Gemini. Let's do one more. Oh, here we go. All right, that feels good. All right, Gemini. Something's got you burdened. Something's got you weighed down right now. You're working really, really hard at something. There's some conflict coming in with the Five of Wands, and then the Four of Swords is indicative of taking action on something. And then you've got the Four of Cups in reverse. I love that you're so far you're very well-rounded. Like you've got swords, wands, and cups here. But there's definitely turmoil. It's like you're kind of not sure how to move forward and act because you don't know what to focus on. But there's like an opportunity coming in and you see the opportunity. You're just not really sure if you can take it. You're afraid that you might not be able to handle it when it comes through. And you're afraid, okay, you're really afraid that your bottom's going to drop out here. So this is like out of the frying pan into the fire energy. You're really not sure what to do. It's like you're feeling so overwhelmed and overburdened, but you can't see a way out. And the way out that's being presented to you right now feels very much like you're jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. And so you're apprehensive. You're not sure you want to do that because you don't know that you can handle what's coming in that direction either. Then you've got the Page of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords upright. Look again. Take another look. I don't know why I'm hearing that right now, but I hope it's translating to you in the way that you need to hear it. You need to take a second look at whatever that means. There's something that you're going to get from it, and you will be able to think things through. You'll have the ability to plan things out and strategize, and you'll be able to communicate what's needed. Like you'll hear what's needed, and then you'll be able to speak to what's needed. Yeah, maybe Knight of Cups in reverse, King of Pentacles upright, Justice upright, the High Priestess in reverse, some hidden information. You're really being asked to take another look. The Knight of Cups coming in reverse is suggesting that somebody, could have been you, could have been somebody else, may have persuaded you into this situation that you're in right now. Like they were very persuasive to the point of being a little bit manipulative. Like you were manipulated into the situation, maybe with the promises of abundance, maybe because you thought it was the right thing to do. That's, I think, why the King of Pentacles and Justice are coming in here. But there was a red flag that you didn't listen to, okay? That's why the High Priestess is coming in reverse, because there's information that you didn't follow up on. And that's why you're sort of in this predicament right now. So you've got to follow up on that information, whatever that was. Whatever those red flags were initially, yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to take a step back, one step back in order to take two steps forward right now. Okay? That's what you got to do. Right now you're feeling overwhelmed, overburdened, a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos. You can't believe you got yourself in this situation, and you're really hoping that your worst fears aren't the truth, right? And maybe they're not the truth, but there is some truth that you need to acknowledge. So take a step back, pay attention to those red flags that you kind of started out with. You heard them initially, but you ignored them. That's where your answer lies, right there. That's why your High Priestess is coming in here, okay? I see no reason why you can't still have abundance. I see no reason why you still can't feel like it's the right thing to do and have karmic balance and justice. But you've got to take that one step back and then move forward in a new direction. Whatever that means to you. Maybe it's a new direction forward within this situation, or maybe it's taking a whole new direction forward in another situation. Some upheaval. It's time for the upheaval. Let it percolate. Let it come to the surface. You're not gonna have any goodness coming from hiding or stifling or ignoring the truth. The truth shall set you free with this. That is the primary message for Gemini today, is the truth shall set you free. And then you've got the King of Cups upright, and that is the truth. That is communicating the truth. That's acknowledging the truth, acknowledging your feelings, allowing things to flow. Sometimes when we ignore the truth, we block progress. We block the flow of energy, because the energy knows where it needs to go, and there's nowhere for it to go because it's blocked by a lie. Okay? This is what's needed right now. So go for it. Just you need that flow back. Okay? Right now you're taking on, I'm really so much getting the feeling of like a dam in the water. Like you're the dam right now. You're trying to keep your finger plugged in the hole to stop the flood from coming through. And the truth is that's what's keeping you in the situation. You gotta let go and let things happen. Let the truth come out so that you can move forward. You're taking on all of the burden right now. Yeah. This is the Hierophant. I mean, you know what's right. You know what to do. I don't know if you're trying to protect someone. I don't know if you're trying to pretend like things aren't the way they are, and maybe they'll blow over. You're really working really, really hard to protect whatever this lie is. Many of you have been working so hard to protect the lie from yourselves, but it's time. It's time to acknowledge the truth, and then you'll see things moving again. Then you'll see the opportunities that come along. Then you'll have clarity. All right? Thank you for that Gemini reading. Let me put these back in here. I hope that helps the Geminis. And then, let's see. Let's see who's coming in next. Libra. We've got a request for Libra coming in next, and that is Lily 08. All right, Lily 08, we will read for Libra next. Thank you for your request. Here we go. Libra. Could we have a reading for Libra, please? Here we go. Oh, letting go of some heartache, moving on. Finding your core balance, your strength again. Taking a beat, taking a rest. Holding on to what's important to you. Working through some cloudiness. Okay, so this is really beautiful because it's like Libra, you are... You're walking away from a painful situation. You're growing through a heartbreak. You're moving on from a heartbreak. And in the process, you have found yourself again. And you're allowing yourself to stay here just to rest. And that is the most important thing for you right now. Just rest. Just hold on. Don't start going crazy. Don't jump to rebound anything. This is definitely time for you to just sit and sort of gain your composure back. That seems to be what you're doing right now. It's like you're getting your composure back after some kind of turbulence. All right? You're not quite ready to take that next step yet. You've got the Four of Pentacles upright and then the Queen of Swords in reverse. If you try to act too quickly, if you try to rush yourself away from this resting period right here, you're going to lack confidence, you're going to lack strength, you're going to lack clarity, and you're going to lack that feeling of having things under control. And so you're going to be unable to communicate. It's going to cause a lot of frustration, and there's potential for you to be lashing out quite a bit. So you don't want to do that. Right now you're in a place where you can just stay rested, just continue recuperating. All right, find your own balance again. There's no rush. Okay, there's no rush for you to exit your resting state right now. Allow yourself to hibernate. Allow yourself to be cocooned. Yeah, it's not time for you to start talking to a bunch of people and jumping into a new ship of a new group, or it's not time for you to get out there. It is very much time for you to be with yourself right now. You've got to learn a little bit about yourself. You've got to appreciate yourself. This is some self-love right here. This is what is going to be required in order to to rebalance the scales of justice. Okay, Libra, your justice is not yet balanced. Okay, in order for you to get these scales balanced again, you got to take a beat. It's okay for you to be where you are right now. You cannot force yourself to jump and move, right? Like if you're getting through a heartbreaking situation, there is no reason why you have to try and jump to the other side very quickly to find balance. You're not going to find balance that way. You've got to stay put for a minute. You've got to get rebalanced. And that's what's needed. This is for your health. This is for your upcoming Relationships, this is how you're going to bring your best foot forward into whatever you're starting next, okay? We all know that you want to bring your best foot forward. And this is such a Libra reading with temperance, balance of temperance, justice, scales of justice, and then the two of cups. I mean, this is you. This is so you. Have some faith. Be patient. Be patient. Okay? You're having a hard time right now believing that there's going to be anything better in the future. Like if you're going through a heartbreak right now, like a relationship heartbreak, there's something in you that's like, okay, never again. Not for me. I'm never getting into another relationship with a person again. I'm going to jump and put all of my effort into work or to school or to something, right? You're like feeling like you have to jump into something to compensate. That's not going to work for you. What you need to do right now is rest and have patience and faith that things are going to be okay, because things are going to be okay. Let go of the anxieties and the worries and the fears that you're not going to find joy again, that you're not going to find love again. You are. And if you give yourself this time right now, you're going to find that person very, very quickly. They're waiting for you. It's like they're waiting for you. But if you jump the gun and you're not ready, you're not going to show up and bring to this potentially new relationship what you need to be bringing. Okay? Yeah. The world is upside down. You're feeling very vulnerable. You're feeling like all these things have changed. You haven't found your balance yet. You need to find your balance. Okay? Get rebalanced. And don't try to rebalance by jumping into the next thing. You got to stay where you are, and it's like your own. You got to rebalance your own centrifugal force. You know, you got to get realigned. False self-imprisonment, Tower, betrayal, ultimately, Four of Wands. Some of the Libras out there have actually been like very betrayed. Like some Libras are listening right now and they just found out that their partner has been having an affair. And now the marriage is coming to an end. And the Libra is like, I have to dive into my career right now so that I can support myself and my family. Because this ultimate betrayal, I cannot be in this marriage any longer. And now I got to go fix things. Some of you are in that situation right now. And you have to remind yourself that because this thing happened, does not mean that you have to jump into action. You've got to give yourself a beat. You've got to let yourself recuperate. All right? That's the Libra reading. Anything else? Yeah. More scales, more balance. Balance, balance, balance. More Libra energy. Okay? So you rebalance. Thank you for that Libra reading. That was a clear, very clear Libra reading. Shuffle these back in. All right, let's see. Okay, Sapna Gupta, Aries. I actually did Aries a little while back. The ones I've done so far in this order are Taurus, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So if you just rewind a little bit, you'll find your Aries reading. It's already in there for you. Let's see if there's someone else in here. Okay, so let's see. Sapna Gupta, same Aries. Can we do Scorpio or Pisces. Okay, I can do Pisces. I haven't done Pisces yet. Scorpio I have done already. That was the third one that I did today. But I can definitely do Pisces now, so let's get on that. Pisces. Could we have a reading for Pisces, please? If you've been listening, you know that every time I start pulling for a new zodiac sign, I get hit with a whole new sensation, some physical sensation that's totally different from the last zodiac reading, right? So with Libra, I did have the feeling of being very sort of off balance, and I found myself trying to rebalance, right? Now I'm like that's gone. That feeling is gone. And as soon as I asked for a Pisces reading, I got hit with like the most intense hunger pangs just out of the blue. So that's kind of funny because these feelings are unmistakable, you know? I mean, they're sensations, and I feel like it's important to pay attention to those. Helps me connect with the message a little bit better. And it also lets me know that I am getting a reading for each particular sign. Like it's just such a clear wake up every time. So Pisces, what's going on with Pisces? Could we have a reading for Pisces, please? Letting go, letting go. Strength. More letting go. More letting go. Page of Cups in reverse. The Devil upright. Nine of Swords upright. The Hermit. All right. Let me listen. Let me listen for a minute before I start reading off these cards to you. There's a message in here that I have to make sure I pick up on. So I think for some of you, you've lost something. But the funny, and it's like you're not happy that you lost it. You have an attachment to whatever this loss is. But, there is an opportunity for release here. I think for some of you, you're actually dealing with the loss of a person. And if there's someone in your life who has recently passed away, you're having a very hard time dealing with this. And you're very much attached. You're finding yourself in a place where you are still in mourning, but you're unable to connect with their spirit because you're very, very attached to the loss of them, the loss of their physical manifestation here. You've got to let go of that attachment. And you also have to recognize that they have been released and are feeling no pain. All right? If you have lost someone, you want to know that they are in bliss. They are in a good place. All right? They're not experiencing any pain. There's no suffering. They have moved on, and their spirit is working on the next chapter of its spiritual journey. You're here. You're still tethered to the earth and tethered to their physical manifestation. If you want to keep them in your life now that they have passed on, it's time for you to do a little bit of work toward, and I'm sure you already have started that, otherwise you wouldn't be watching tarot channels. You must be someone who understands that there's a different kind of connection, a different way to communicate, and that's what you want to start kind of working on right now, all right? You are very much in the throes of mourning, and it's just going to take some time. You miss them. You've got the Nine of Swords followed by the Hermit, Knight of Swords in reverse. You're not ready to move on. That's okay. You don't have to be ready to move on yet. Just go through the stages that you need to go through. I obviously, this reading for Pisces does not pertain to all Pisces listeners, okay? But there's some Pisces in here listening today that really need to hear this. This loss here is going to have an effect on your family life. It could be a family member who you've lost. There may be some inheritance coming your way. You should know that. There's, most importantly, if you can allow yourself to go through the process of mourning and release yourself from the attachment in order to get yourself to a place of connection with this person who you've lost, that's going to be your way to ensure their legacy, okay? Keep their legacy going, pass their importance down generations, keep their message alive. It's coming through here with this Ten of Pentacles, all right? You got to let yourself go through the throes of mourning and grief, and, you know, just sit with that. Just sit with that and go through it. Like, it's hard, and you want them to be here in your life, and they're not here in your life the way that you are used to them being in your life, and now you got to learn something new. And in the process of learning this new thing, you're going to be keeping their legacy alive by passing down the important parts of them, embracing that. You'll get through this. Right now you're feeling incredibly disappointed, but things will get better. You know, you will have that clarity on the other side of this. You will be able to see at that next level, all right? And I think that it's also important for me, yeah, especially now that the Page of Wands is coming in reverse here, it's also important for me to recognize that there are Pisces listening right now who are working toward getting better at their own communications with the other side, getting better at their own intuitive abilities, and working on their practice. This is kind of like a message for you guys too. You've got to continue letting go of earthly attachments and breaking free from those, and really listening, really feeling, okay? Get rid of your preconceived notions about things, get rid of your filters, keep shedding, keep shedding, and keep learning, and keep getting better at this, because this is going to be the thing that you can bring into the world, all right? So I'm gonna leave that message there for those guys, those Pisces, and I am gonna pull one more stack because not all Pisces fit into these groups here. All right. So Pisces, you're kind of getting 3 readings today, depending on your subset. All right, Ace of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands upright, Moon in reverse, 8 of Cups upright, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Cups upright. This is like an emotional roller coaster for you, Pisces. All right, you're feeling rather defeated right now. No, that's not what it is. You're going back and forth. You're kind of stuck between what you really need. Um, Let me listen. For some of you, all right, you're feeling right now like you're dissatisfied or unhappy, and you're thinking about jumping ship. You're thinking about moving on to some bigger and better things, right? You're probably going to want to wait. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm getting the sense that your disappointment, your discomfort, your lack of fulfillment, your general lack of fulfillment right now is not going to be resolved by jumping ship and changing course. You're being asked right now to kind of stay put and listen. Sometimes your thoughts, your mind, your ego, your beliefs kind of get in the way of truly listening to your intuition and what your guides are trying to tell you. And I think that that's kind of where you are right now. You want to really listen to what your spirit guides and ancestors and intuition and higher self and universe, listen to what they're telling you. All right. And ultimately that is how you're going to find your satisfaction and happiness. There's harmony coming your way. You got the 10 of Cups here. Like whatever this is right now, it's not going to last very long. It's coming to an end very soon in one way or another. You acting on it to try and change things at the moment is not going to be the best course of action. All right? You want to wait a minute and just listen. Just listen for a minute and then see what happens. See what comes in. All right? So, all right, those are the Pisces readings for today. Thank you for those Pisces readings. I hope they reached all of the Pisces that needed to reach. All right, let me shuffle these in. All right, let's see. Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius. Aquarius, we have done Aquarius already. If you're Aquarius, go just try and rewind the video. God's giving clarity. I feel like something is covered up. 19 grant my reading. That is not my truth. Thank you. I'll add to it. Just looking to see if there's another request for a zodiac sign that I haven't read yet. We have read Scorpio, we have read Aries, we have read Gemini. Good morning, Aesthetic Delta, how are you? Okay, Capricorn, we've got a request for Capricorn, and then Cancer. No, we haven't done Cancer yet, so we'll do Capricorn, and then Cancer, and then it'll be Virgo last. Here comes Capricorn. Thank you for your requests, guys. I appreciate it. I think it's a little bit nicer to do it that way. You know, when I do the pre-recorded zodiac readings, I just pull from the box at random. But now that I'm doing the live zodiac readings, there's no sense in making people wait. Like if you're in the room and you're waiting for your zodiac sign, put it in the comments section and I'll read that next. And it does seem to work out better for everyone, I think. So I appreciate your input. So we're going to do the lineup for the rest of the day. Since we're almost finished, we've got Capricorn now, then we'll do Cancer, and then we'll end with Virgo. All right? If yours is not named in that list of 3, it means we've already done yours. So just rewind the video until you come across it. And later on, I'll go back in and add the timestamps so that you can check in or, share it with people later, and it'll be easier to navigate rather than trying to, find your place in a 2-hour-long video. That's a bit much. So Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn? Could we have a reading for Capricorn, please? Down to business. Here we go. All right, Capricorn, got the 9 of Cups in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Page of... So if you're feeling a little bit dissatisfied, or you're experiencing like a willingness to let things go, or you're feeling like you just aren't that happy with the way things currently are right now, you can start looking. You can start looking for other opportunities. It's not time to leave yet. It's not time to make the change yet, but it is time to start considering what could take the place of whatever you're expending your resources on right now. Yeah, I mean, it's hard because whatever the situation is, it's like you've invested quite a bit, and if you change course, you're going to have to let go of some of what you've put in. You're not feeling right now, you're not really willing to consider that. You're not willing to surrender your assets to make this big change because you're not really seeing anything inspiring enough to cause you to change. I gotta take a sip of this. Hang on, my throat's getting dry. Yeah, it's like you're just not really, you're not thrilled with the way things are, but you also don't see an opportunity for something better, and you've already put in so much time, energy, resources into whatever this current situation is. You're totally not willing to let that go right now. Yeah, just find, okay, right now, Capricorn, you're in a situation where you're kind of like just uncomfortable, just melancholy. That's what I'm feeling, like melancholy, you're just kind of meh, like bleh, like winter doldrums, or, like there's just nothing for me, just generalized, like low vibe. You need to go have some fun. You stop sweating this stuff here, okay? In order for you to get out of this sort of bleh kind of situation, you need to just call your friends and go have some fun, all right? That's what's coming in here for you right now is the 3 of Cups. You have things in life to celebrate. Celebrate it. Celebrate the little things, celebrate the big things, call your friends, get together, have a party. I think for some of you, yeah, and look, you need to lead the charge on that. Some of you might be experiencing sort of like the after holiday blues where you're taking the lights down, you're not getting together with people like you were last month. You're looking at your future and you're like, oh my God, it's the middle of January and spring isn't for another 2 months and I'm just going to be stuck here and it gets dark early and there's just some like some seasonal affective sadness kind of going on for some of you. You got to go out. You got to do some things. And it needs to be with people. Like you're not being asked right now to just go for a walk in the woods. You're being asked to get on the phone and call a friend and have a party. Like you have the party, host a gathering, call people over for game night, like do something. and let go of some of your resources to make that happen. Like, yeah, you be the host of the party. Um, you're feeling pretty lonely right now, and you're looking for connection, and it's time. It's time for you to move on and find your connection. All right. For some of you, it's not just about winter doldrums. For some of you, you're getting back out there after a breakup, and you've been feeling quite lonely and bored and feeling of scarcity and lack. In order for you to find the right person and enter into your next happy union, you got to get out there. You got to do the thing. You got to get on the, online dating sites, or go join that new art class, or you got to do something. You cannot sit in this. Do not sit in your room all day. Go have some fun. Like, that's what you're getting. Yeah, and your world is upside down. You just need to have a little faith. You got to keep the momentum going. You got to go do stuff. Do stuff. King of Swords coming in. You're harping on, it's like you're having such a hard time. You're thinking so clearly and analytically about the things that aren't making you happy. You're forgetting to just go out and be happy. You got to go and have a good time. All right? You got to go have a good time. Things are going to be okay. Spring is right around the corner. Harmony is here for you at the fingertips. You just got to go get it. All right? So Capricorn, that is for you. I'm not going to pull. Should I pull another one? Well, yeah, you are. Like, here's the funny thing. It's like you've got, this was your last card of your spread. Ultimate harmony, happiness, peace, joy, engagement. This is the shadow card. This was your follow-up. You are attached to whatever it is you're experiencing right now. You're attached to being stuck inside. You're attached to not going out and talking to people. You're afraid, like you're chained to something. Some of you are really chained. Like, some of you are experiencing some real sadness, some real depression, and you're like, I cannot call anybody. I cannot get out of this bed. If that's your situation, then everything that I just said still applies to you, but baby steps, okay? You might not need to throw a big party, but maybe you can call your sister, do something. All right, thank you for that Capricorn reading. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead. And now we're going to pull for Cancer. That was the request that came in after Capricorn. So I'm going to go ahead and pull for Cancer, and then it will be Virgo. And you guys converse faster than I can read. So let me. Oh, I'm here at the end anyway. Okay, good. So I am caught up on the comments. All right. So if you're just popping in now, I have read for everyone except for Cancer and Virgo. I'm about to read for Cancer, and then I'll read for Virgo. If you have a different zodiac sign, just rewind through the video and you will find your sign, because I've already read it. Coming in now, we've got Cancer. Could we have a reading for Cancer, please? Thank you for the Capricorn reading. Could we have a reading for Cancer now, please? Whew! We've got all kinds of changes. We've got big changes coming in here. Cancer's reading is a very different energy than Capricorn reading. And the cards are showing it. They're like, nope, not there. No, Could we have a reading for Cancer, please? Could we please have a reading for Cancer? What's going on with Cancer? Is it like you don't know what you want to talk about? What's going on for Cancer? Ah, okay. The Empress in reverse, there may be some of you out there that are not focusing on self-care right now, okay? And you also might be ignoring your intuition. Karmic imbalance a little bit here. There's been an injustice. Time for a change, okay? Very clearly and simplistically speaking, some of the Cancers listening today are in a terrible relationship, a terrible romantic relationship, or a terrible work relationship. You're in a spot where you know you don't belong in it, and you're ignoring all of the signs for leaving. It's time for some karmic rebalancing. It's time for some karmic justice. It's time for some change. All right. Yeah, rebalancing the scales here. Okay, with that Six of Pentacles. It's very scary. Very, very scary, but you can do it. You've got it in you. You've got it in you. Like, I know to make a change like this, it's very scary. You're full of anxiety, but guess what? The anxiety is going to stay as long as you stay in this. The anxiety is going to stay as long as you stay in this. Action is the antidote to anxiety, okay? And the situation that you're in right now, for some of you, the anxiety is going to keep getting worse because you're going to know more and more and more, and you're going to try and ignore the truth more and more and more, and you gotta, it's going to get worse until you get out. You need a change. It's time for a change. That's why the world is coming in, and you can do it. You are ready to do it. You see the backbone on this card? You see that? You see that? And liveliness and vigor and joy, life force, energy, big charisma, boldness. There's boldness in that card. Okay? It's time for you to be bold. Without rushing. Be bold, don't rush. Okay? You will be victorious. This is ultimately, victory card. This is overcoming obstacles. This is just, it's just like part of your process. This is something that you had to go through, and it's not meant to be forever. It's supposed to come to an end now. And you know that, which is why you're feeling this anxiety here. You know that it's time to come to an end, and you got to do something about it. It's time to do it. It's time to do it. Yeah, and then here's the thing. You will look back on this later on down the road. You'll look back on this, and it will be a blip on the screen. Okay? And satisfaction is coming your way. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. So this applies to all the Cancers right now. Some Cancers are actually in a bad relationship with a person, and it's time to leave the person. Other Cancers could be dealing with this in other areas of their life, or it could be sort of an internal compass kind of thing where it's time to make a change. It's time to grow up, okay? It's time to let go of the things that are no longer working and take that step forward and move boldly. Don't rush, but move with confidence, okay? It's time to balance the scales. So, okay. Thank you for that Cancer reading. Is there one more card for Cancer? Yeah. 10 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's like really time for this to come to an end. Like, it's time. Like, over. Done. Like, this can be completely finished. And it's meant to. It's not meant to be forever on this one. Whatever this situation is, this is supposed to be temporary. Okay, thank you for that Cancer reading. We're going to go ahead and read Virgo. That's our last sign for the day. We got Virgo. Could we have a reading for Virgo, please? Hi, Chicken Nugget. Got a cat coming in here. She may or may not make an appearance. She's in the room. All right, Virgo. Could we have a reading for Virgo, please? All right, here we go. Virgo, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, King of Wands upright, Queen of Cups upright, and then the 7 of Pentacles upright. 5 of Swords in reverse, Tower upright, Chariot upright. Got some big stuff going on here. 5 of Cups in reverse, making changes too. A lot of you guys are making changes. Like a lot of our zodiac signs today are focused on making changes. Like that seems to be the reading for many of you. And for Virgo, it's right along the same vein. It's like you're finding yourself right now in a situation where you're not super happy about what your efforts have accomplished. And you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with that information. Like you're just sort of generally unhappy with the way things are. You're just sort of dissatisfied. You're looking for something that is going to invigorate you, impassion you, make you feel emotionally driven. And I'm feeling like for many of you, this could be in your relationship. Like right now, you're just not feeling that fiery passion that you once were with your partner. Have a conversation, okay? You're looking for depth of emotion and fiery passion. The sort of agility is calling to me, like, in order for you to accomplish what you're looking for, which is emotional satisfaction and fiery passion, you have to use the attributes of these two archetypes. You've got to use the agility and charisma and strength, like backbone of the King of Wands here. Like be agile, like think outside of the box. Also use that of the Queen of Cups, and you've got to really use it right now to your advantage, because like you have those qualities, and it's like you're looking for your environment to bring it to you, but in order for you to create an environment that brings it to you, you've got to use those attributes first. Is this making sense? Like, so if you want your, I guess you're going to get out of it what you put in is probably the most, the easiest way to say it. And then you can apply that where it goes. You just got to, I'm looking at these and it's very, very clear that like something has happened. All right. Something sort of almost like disastrous has happened. And quite frankly, it's probably your fault. Like you didn't do what you needed to do, and now you're faced with this upheaval. And you gotta maintain. Like if it was within your control to bring it to where it is now, it's still within your control. You've got to keep your hands on the wheel, and you've got to see this thing through. That's just what has to be done, no matter where you are in the mix of it. But definitely I'm getting the feeling here, Virgo, that many of you have made your beds and now you got to lay in them. Like that's That's where it is, you know, and you're not gonna be presented with an easy way out. Like you gotta fix it. All right. I think we just got disconnected momentarily. I'm not sure why, but so I'll repeat the very last thing I said. For Virgos, if you made your bed and now you're laying in it, it's you got to be the one to clean it up. You know, like it's your job. There's not going to be an easy way out of this. For those of you who are considering new ventures and making big changes, you've got to keep the same attitude in mind. If you're a Virgo who is dealing with a past mistake, you got to know that it's your job to clean it up, and you're responsible for being where you are right now, and only you can fix it. And if you are a Virgo who's you're thinking about starting a new endeavor, but you're not really sure how to do it, and you're uncertain, remember this message, because this message will apply to you 6 months down the road or a year down the road. Like, this is a forewarning for you. If you're about to embark on something new, you've got to take care of it now and really create a solid foundation and put the effort in and send the love energy to it and do all the things that you want to see come from it later on down the road. This is very much, I'm getting a sense of eternal patterns here. Like, this applies to every Virgo all the time, which might be why some Virgos are so, like, Virgos tend to be attributed to being detail oriented, being sort of judgy, being kind of like responsible and on top of things. Maybe this is why. Maybe because Virgos find themselves in this cycle often, and they know on an innate subconscious level that it is their responsibility to make sure that things work well, right? They can't lean on anybody else to fix things for them. It's going to be up to them. Yeah. Here. If you're going to get out of it whatever you put into it. If you don't work on something and give it what it deserves, you're going to find yourself in this place of anxiety. It just is. That's the message for Virgos today. So wherever you are within that cycle, keep that in mind. Are you at the beginning of a cycle where you're just about to step foot into something? Remember to get started with a good foundation. Are you somewhere in the middle of the cycle where you're like, oh, things are getting kind of skewed here. What do I do? Don't take your hands off the wheel. Nobody's going to come in and save you later. Nip it in the bud, right? Like, if you're somewhere in the middle of that cycle, make sure you put your attention and focus back onto correcting course. And then if you're at the end of the cycle, just know that you kind of put yourself here because of the things that you did. So learn from the mistake, clean it up, and move on. Okay? That was the Virgo reading. Is there one more card for Virgo? Hermit in reverse. Don't overthink this. If you overthink it and hesitate too much, you're going to end up making it worse. Okay? Fix it now. Nip it in the bud. All right? And don't make it about you. Like, don't make this a personal attack on you. Don't take it personally. People make mistakes. All right? This is a mistake. Are you going to compound that mistake with interest? Or are you going to correct course and move on? All right, those are your options. You got two options here. Thank you for that Virgo reading. Okay, let me see if there are any. That's all of the zodiac signs. I have read for all the zodiac signs. So that brings us to completion today. I'm going to read through the last few comments here that I haven't seen yet. I hope you all enjoyed that. If you're in here right now, rewind to your spot. If you haven't heard your zodiac, here's the order they went in: Taurus, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Pisces, Capricorn, Cancer, Virgo. I will go in as soon as this video is uploaded all the way. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. I'll go in and add timestamps so that if you want to come back later on, you can just come in and look up your sign and go right to that timestamp. And if you want to share this with someone else, it'll be easy for them to navigate as well. Thank you so much for stopping in today. I will see you tomorrow for Third Eye Thursdays. I will be hosting a live reading on Monday evening coming up where I will be answering questions. That will be for 1 hour. I'm going to start it at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be from 7 until 8. First come, first serve. I'll do my best to keep up with the comments and answer your questions as they come in. And that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping in. Talk to you later. I'm still here because I clearly don't know what I'm doing.